depth is so important. Do you feel good about the bench right now, or is it something
Yeah.
you're going to have to navigate throughout the spring training?
No, we do. We've learned over the years how Q likes to manage a game, and we watch him prepare along with Paul Hoover and Vance Wilson. Everything that goes in prior to the game, you can see how their minds think, and it helps you put a 13-man. I always say 13-man, but 13 position players together. Versatility is the key to that. Having right-handed, left-handed positionality. When you have that, that's very good. When you have a manager like Q. Adding a switch hitter this year I thought was big as well, because that's one less move he has to worry about. But we do feel good about our depth. We have guys also that may factor in more off the bench right now, but their roles are huge because they're going to play. Very rarely over the last 3 years has a guy gone more than 3 days without getting in a bat, playing a game. And that's something that Q brought to us, through his interview process and then through his actions in the game. It's very rare a guy doesn't get into a game somehow. So providing him with that roster is important.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to ask, do you think the bench is probably the biggest competition on the position players?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, without naming names, it's very obvious who some of the everyday guys are, but the competition is going to be how we fill out the last, I'll say 10 through 13. We have some guys that have more experience than others, but it'll play out through spring training, and I think our guys are hungry. I think they understand what the competition's like. They want to go out and win it.
Is that based on is that based on performance this spring?
Yeah, you don't want to get so heavily bogged down with spring performance. It's more about adjustments they make, what's their timing like, what changes have they made through the offseason that we think are going to benefit during the season. But they do have a historical reference that we can all look at that tells us what kind of player they are, what they've been. But it doesn't mean what they're going to be. So as they adjust through the year, spring training is just the start of it. So however we start the year, certainly not going to be how we end the year. I don't know how many players, I should have looked it up because it's usually something I think about this early, how many players we actually used over the course of the season. But typically it's in that 45 to 55 range. I mean, it's a lot of players. It's just not the current 40-man roster. There's going to be a lot of influences that aren't necessarily here right now.
Last year, Jack came in with not much experience in the outfield, really at all, and he's had to learn how to develop at the big league level offensively. How much now that he has that experience, he's able to just focus on right field will help him at the plate?
No doubt. He learned that on the fly. I mean, so we were asking a lot of him, not only offensively, but also put him in a position he had zero experience other than a month or so in AAA. He handled that really well. There were a lot of good plays. We look at sort of the reads, the angles, the routes. He's got plenty of arm strength to play the position, but it's a matter of being efficient. His efficiency got better with the more experience he got. Obviously, his playing time is going to be driven by his offense, but we do value the defense, and he needs to fit in right field well, and he did a nice job handling it.